to the room, Be Coachable, Teachable, Trainable. Post your city and state where you are catching this information from on today. Today's topic is revisiting your message and determining whether or not your message still resonates. My name is Brand Master Martina Britt Yelverton, and I'm your cash flow queen and founder of the #1 legal tax hack to hire your kids in your own home-based business. So should you choose to do so, which I definitely suggest that you should. So if your message doesn't move you anymore, it's definitely not moving them. And who is them? Your target audience, the people who need what it is that you have to offer, right? So you've grown, your brand has evolved, but your message, has it kept up? Is it still up to date? In today's session, we're going to revisit some of the words, phrases, and even the offers that you've been using to see if they still speak to who you are, as well as who you're serving now. Because remember, clarity doesn't come from shouting louder. It comes from saying the right thing, right? And not only saying the right thing, but saying the right thing with your belief, your confidence, and your consistency. So some key points that we're going to make sure that we cover today so that you can dial in and see whether or not, if no one is responding to your message, what you can do to make it resonate with them, right? We're going to cover why this messaging gets stale over time, especially if your brand is evolving, right? We're going to discuss 3 signs that your message might be out of date or misaligned and how we can fix it. We're going to do a quick message mirror audit to go through your bio, your link that you have in the bio, or your funnel, whatever you have for them to get to the next step, as well as the last 3 content captions that you have up. We're going to review those, right? We're going to determine what your audience should be able to repeat after seeing your brand, your value, your passion, your purpose, whatever it is that you're giving them in content. We're going to make sure that it's repeatable, right? And we're going to write through maybe rewriting your current message to match where you are now. Because if your brand has grown or evolved, but your message is still where you started, i.e. maybe at the beginning of the year, and we're about to enter into Q3 soon, we want to make sure that we take this time now to do a message audit, okay? So ask yourself, does your message still match your mission, or is it just muscle memory right now, right? Most entrepreneurs, they update their visuals, they update their offers and their strategies, but rarely revisit the words that the audience hears the most. Your message is your bridge between you and your next client. If it's outdated, then you've got yourself into a traffic jam, and we want to help you get out of that. So let's talk about 3 signs that could potentially signal you that your message is currently off. If people are saying or asking, what exactly is it that you do? What actually do you do? What is it that you do? If they're asking any semblance of these questions, then your messaging could be off. You feel bored or hesitant when it's time for you to introduce yourself. You don't feel a zhuzh with what it is that you're trying to say. You don't seem aligned with the words that you're speaking. That could be another set of signals that your message is off. If you're attracting clients who are no longer a good fit, meaning you're getting leads, you're getting comments, you're getting shares, you're getting people asking questions, you're getting the DMs, but they're asking you things that don't really fit where you're now going, then that is a 3rd signal that your message might be off. So if you take the opportunity to go through and do a message mirror audit, right? You take the time to review your bio, your Facebook introduction area, your IG bio, your TikTok bio, your YouTube about area, your LinkedIn information. You take the opportunity to go through and do a message mirror audit. Then you will be able to make the shifts and the adjustments that you need to. I want you to take the opportunity, just 10 minutes, to look through the links that you have on your pages, to check the top of your funnel and ensure that what's going to drop out of this funnel is what you want based on the tiers or the levels that you have in the funnel, as well as your last 3 posts. Now, we do this a lot where we go and check the last 3 to 5 posts just to make sure that the things that we are posting are still aligned with where we are or where we're going. I want you to ask, when you look at these 3 areas, your bio, your links, and your last 3 content, I want you to look at those 3 and I want you to ask, do these reflect who I help and how I do it now. Because if they don't, then you need to make an adjustment. I want you to also ask, would I still say this in a new pitch or sales conversation? If you wouldn't still say it right now with the direction that you're going, then maybe it's time that you do an adjustment, okay? If you want to follow along with an activity and you want to go ahead and do this live, like right now while you have this time frame, then go ahead and rewrite your positioning statement. That's your I help statement, right? And I want you to use this structure. If you haven't done this exercise already, I want you to determine I help, and in brackets, who it is that you help, who it is that you serve, who it is that you're passionate about providing your information for. Inside of those brackets, get, and then whatever the result is that you help them with, whatever the problem you solve, whatever solution it is that you have. And then on the other side of that, by, and then inside of these brackets, whatever your method is. So let me give you an example. I help startup and struggling entrepreneurs to get unstuck, to stop struggling, right? And I help them to do what? Attract those who need their offer. Why or how? By delivering them inside of a branded blueprint, a membership, helping them to get their assets in order. This is the structure that I would like for you to use, and I want you to plug into it your latest post or reel or caption. I want you to plug the statement that you've just come up with into your next, your forthgoing post, statement, live, reel, or whatever. Because I want you to begin to shift from whatever your messaging is that you've determined is off, and I want you to move into whatever your messaging is for your forthgoing goals, dreams, vision, purpose, passion going forward. All right. So what part of your current brand message that you currently have in place that you're going to take the time to actually review, okay, what part of that brand message no longer fits where you currently are? Right? I need you to make that determination there, because if it doesn't fit who you currently serve or how you serve them or what you're doing going forward, then it's time for you to make a shift, a change. I need for you to take the opportunity to go through your brand and do that. This is a short one today because it doesn't take that long for you to determine where you are right now and where you're trying to go. And I know you're used to, a time frame here that we spend together, but I want to cut it short today because I want you to go do that work now. I want you to go and pull up your Facebook post, your LinkedIn post, your latest IG reel, live, or whatever you put together. And I want you to look through it, and I want you to make that determination. Does this reflect how I help people and how I do it right now? And would I still say this right now based on maybe the 90-day plan I started in January, but here we are closing out the end of May? Does it still match? Does it still help them? Does it still serve them? And if not, I need you to reframe where you are right now. And I need you to say, hold up, press pause. I now help, right? 45 to 65-year-old males coming out of whatever transition of life they're coming, help them get their assets in order and go from being stuck and struggling where they are right now to gaining impact and influence so that they can do what? They can attract people who need their value. I need you to take the time right now to really niche down who it is you serve or you help. Why? Because you want to make sure that you get your assets in order. We're getting ready to move into the second half of the year in July, and I need you to go through some really, really key things in the month of June where we talk about how to capture and collect these coins. I need you to be able to do that. So before you move forward with what the next steps are in June, I need you to do a mirror message audit right now and determine whether or not the part of your brand message that you have out there, if it still fits where you are, where you're going, how you serve, who you serve. Okay? So don't forget to join us each and every Tuesday through Friday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to get this information. But afterwards, join us inside of the Zoom room at community.martinabrityelverton.com. So should you choose to ask your brand or your business questions so that we can help you move the needle in your business. We're live today. Directly after the call in the room, go ahead and go over to community.martinabrityelverton.com, register, get your account, look up in the top of that bar, click on the events, and there will be a link there for you to join us in the Zoom room. So your success, guys. I'm really excited about what we're finalizing here in quarter two and what we will prepare for in quarter three. Why? Because government contracts are available to you. Those of you who are losing the W-2 jobs, there is an option. There is a next step for you. And having your brand in place, having your logos, having your color palettes, your fonts, your messaging, your URLs, that's your domains and your subdomains, your email addresses, your business addresses, all of these things in place right now, your EIN, your SID, your UEI, your Dun & Bradstreet, having all of these numbers and all of these documents in order right now will position you for more. If you have no earthly idea what I'm talking about, you can go to govcon.martinabrityelverton.com. You can go to govcon.martinabrityelverton.com and you can create an additional stream of income by getting into the next 5-day challenge. Now, I have a link where you can actually watch all of the challenge before July if you want to go ahead and be prepared. Just hit me up, DM me, hit me inside of the group, and I'll be sure to get you that information. To your success on today, guys. Hey, y'all. Hey, Brand Master Martina Britt Yelverton here, giving you the latest update about our daily Get Your Assets in Order and Brand You series. Join me live each and every Tuesday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for actionable steps on brand building for beginners, current client revisions, and watch as we level up brands in 2025. We are covering everything from tools, tips, strategies, and systems like Canva, StreamYard, high-level AI automations, and more. These will take you from confused to confident. So after each live stream, you can hop on Zoom with us to ask your questions and get personalized answers. If I were you, I wouldn't miss out. Mark your calendars and subscribe now to our YouTube channels. Join our free communities, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. If you want to learn, lead, and level up as a struggling entrepreneur, we have the solution, the systems, and the experts. Our entire team is live each and every weekday at 12 p.m., 1 p.m., and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so you can lunch and learn. If you snooze, you will lose. I said what I said. You heard what you heard. Now do what you know you need to do to get your assets in order.